Oh, if you recall correctly, we're in daily 732 where we're watching air versus air battles. YoDa's doing little moves. I don't care about the little moves. I care about big picture, baby. Sending in Hellions to kill SCVs. Psh. Okay, I'll say psh again. Psh. Psh. Who cares? How many orbital commands does he have? He has 9. Oh my god. I asked the Germans if they'd tell me how many orbital commands he had, and they were like 9. Alright. A pun fell into my lap. What was I supposed to do? Players, help. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright. Aw, yes. Point defense drone. Point defense owns. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. The Forgotten Command Center. But yeah, this is the sort of push that I would anticipate the meching player would most of the time win. And I want you to note how few tanks are in this. If this was... I'm going to turn this off. If this was a... non-air player, we would obviously see YoDa making fewer starports, fewer Ravens, fewer Vikings. He'd be emphasizing more tanks. But notice the leisure that YoDa has. Hey, if we're focused on an air battle at the front, then dude, no problem. I'll just break apart my forces. And this is such a nice move for YoDa. I love this. This is just beautiful. He is calmly splitting himself into a couple pieces to hit other sides. And you're noticing not a lot of tanks. Look at production. Not a lot of air. Ooh. Now YoDa just did a move known as sieging your tank up directly in front of a planetary fortress. That's unbelievably awful. But it sometimes happens. Not a big deal. See, remember all these barracks? Remember all these? Oh, yes. Do you remember? Because I remember. Because I'm looking at the game. Look at all these air, and just look at production. Mostly Vikings, mostly Ravens, and some tanks. The greatest part, I was talking about air versus air, and how everything's getting sucked up. And look at what MMA is doing. He's starting to target fire tanks, because tanks can't run. And what does this allow MMA to do? Da-da, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. Now, if you thought a battlecruiser was an energy sucker, talk about many stim marauders. Ooh! Drains those energies straight up. So I thought this was a really cool, slow-motion composition battle. You ever built a bunch of roaches, seen Protoss build a bunch of immortals, and then, boom! Mutalisks all up in this. Where are your phoenixes at? You got 2 of them? Ha-ha! You get 2. This was a composition twisteroo in ultra slow motion. You're gonna start building, or you're gonna start going air way back early with the starport. All right, cool. I'm gonna go air, and then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get 2 starports. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get 2 more starports, and I'm gonna begin to go battlecruiser immediately. How many tanks am I gonna get? 1. It's dead. It's not up here anymore. 1 tank, and what does 1 tank allow me to do? To go air en masse. MMA begins to flood air. How does YoDa respond? YoDa responds, obviously, by trying to maintain that air control, because that is his edge. Oh, if I have air control, I can support my tanks. And MMA is like, sweet, dude. I'm gonna build 15 barracks and get so many bio, you don't even know what to do. You're gonna be blue in the face. And blue in your base, because that's how you spawned. And then once again, we are in the same position as before. An aggressive bioing player expanding like crazy. And there are scans going off like crazy on this map. There are more scans than I have penises. MMA is still, interestingly, building lots and lots of Ravens, which is so Raven of him. But battlecruisers have fallen off. The Ravens are I mean, I think the Raven is kind of a dirtily unit design-wise, because point defense drone is like, alright, were you doing something? Well, everything stops happening. Oh, I ran out of mana for it to stop happening. Another point defense drone, stop happening! And only Marines are immune. MMA, who is large and in charge, goes for the edges. I mean, I know it's easy to want to drill down middle. Never do that in this game or in life. Sneaking in the sides, sneaking in the sides this way or all the way up here is best against a meching player. Because even if you are slipping along this edge and he intercepts you, it means his forces had to be here to do it, which lets you do well here. Do you like this screen? I'm really proud of this screen. It's one of my favorite screens here at the Day 9 Daily. Now, look at this cool move from YoDa, using a couple Banshees to give himself a little bit more mobility. It's okay. It's alright. It's not the sort of thing I'd be happy with. Alright, so... just had a fun little interaction with chat just there. So now we begin to see where this traditional bio play is spruced up with Ravens. After all that, what do we have? A bio player chilling back. Now, there's a couple ways to think of this. I think both chains of logic help you arrive at the same spot. I want to be mech! No, we already fucked up, didn't we? Let's try that again. Okay. I want to be bio versus mech. So far, so good. I will use mobility to succeed. I have suspenders in this story. Oh, I can't break through. Because he has Tenku. It would be cool if I had Ravens. So I want you to reframe the brilliance of MMA's transitioning in your mind. He sees mech, he makes it a big deal to go air. Whoa! He gets so many starports, and YoDa's like, fall for it, I won't. And he goes for a bunch of air. And then we see these Viking Viking Raven versus Viking Raven battles, point defense drones and all this stuff. And this allows MMA to suddenly swing back with 15 barracks of production. Count it. 15 barracks of production. And what does this also mean? MMA has 6 buildings that can make Ravens. Ravens now are going to be the key to reinforce his playing against mech. Why? He steps forward with bio, he seeker missiles the tanks, and he can begin to get little edges. The simple statement, bio versus mech, what gives you the edge? Mobility! But it all stops with tanks. What's a good way to stop tanks? Seeker missiles. Well, crap, how do I get a lot of seeker missiles? How do I get a lot of Ravens into this? Well, I could open bio for a long time and then get so Raven. Or I could rush air, trick him into building a lot of air, get a lot of bio, break out of this, shut him out of expansions, and then I will have all the production I need to be the most Raven player of all time. This is sick. Sick. This is a sick series of transitions. This is like a 30-minute long series of transitions. Do you appreciate it? I hope you appreciate it. Because this is boner-inducing. This is conducive to Amanda. You see that MMA is just continuing to expand like a civilization player against the computer. Really, I'm quite an intelligent strategist. I value diplomacy. Yeah, well, I play 300 APM while you're negotiating a peace treaty with Uzbekistan. You know nothing of strategy. Pretty, right? Very pretty. Typically, we see the bio player hunting for new angles of attack up along the top side, along this way. But in this, we just have a small bio force stepping forward, and then getting so supported by those ravens. Uzbekistan, the hometown of Furlan Tokezir Quizish. Furlan Tokezir Quizish. So YoDa, like all mech players, eventually dirtles his way out into the middle of the map, and the bio player is like, haha, an avenue of attacking. Tanks still struggle against ravens. Everything struggles against ravens. Ooh! Oh yeah. Alright. What I'm talking about. Oh yes. Raven up. Tank down. MMA up in this town. YoDa, he tries to stay alive. He cannot do it twice. Lifting, landing. He's backhanding YoDa on his life. Okay. This game is not very interesting beyond that, because if you have 15 barracks of production, attack where the mech is not. This is your advice from your sensei Sean Plot. Very straightforward play after the fact, but seriously beautiful thought process behind that. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible, but it's still pretty complicated. You go mech, I go air, and you go air. I skip on being aggressive, I skip on bio, I skip on tank, I skip on bio upgrades to go massively for air. Air proliferation race. Surprise, motherfucker, 15 barracks. Oh my god, I retreat. I still have all that air, so I will mass raven against you. Slain. The rest of the games, let's see what the average game length is. I think it's 10 minutes. Wonderful. So that way we can blast through them. Quezesh. That's how it's pronounced in Hungarian. It's my magic user's name. If you don't know, please watch Mostly Walking from yesterday and hear the giggle of an angel. Okay, can I just... Look, let me just... We're going to take a moment. My computer, videos, export recordings, Day 9 TV. Here, let me open this one up. Okay, that's... Not that part. Muting that. Okay, wait. Here's the part where I just want you to hear me laughing. This is I think my favorite thing ever. Okay, let me.
N.
Sean.
That's it. Berlin.
Furlan.
Berlin.
Can we put a K? Can we put a K at the end of that?
Furlink.
Furlink.
No. We're gonna keep going until we run out of characters. Who's
right,
next?
great.
Sean, no, it's your turn. Give me a character, Sean. Give me a character.
T.
All right. Is that me?
Your turn.
Oh.
Yeah. K.
Sean.
E.
I'm gonna do Z.
E.
I.
I'm gonna do R. Hold on, let me. R.
Okay.
Q.
Sean.
U.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'm gonna do an I here. Bill, it's you.
Z.
Sean.
No, I said Z. I'm sorry, I said Z.
Uh,
Let the record show that I said Z. I'm just trying to make words within words now.
Sean.
E.
Alright.
Jesus.
S. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
That's the German word for airplane window.
Yeah. We're Furlan Toke. Oh, shit. I can't even say it. I think that's so funny. Furlan Toke Circuses.
Berlin Tokazir quizzes. Berlin Tokazir quizzes.
Oh shit, Bill, we did it. We broke Sean.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my god, there's tears streaming down my face. Oh my god! Oh my god!
We taught you how to laugh again.
Oh my god! Oh my god, our name is so stupid for Linto Kazir. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh god. That's so funny. Especially with Bill being so deadpan always. Let the record show that I said Z. Okay. So TVT matchup. Oh, that's what I'm in still such a great mood from yesterday as a result. Ferlintokezirkezes. That's how it is in Hungarian. Oh shit. Alright, let us watch MMA poop upon another person professionally for a living. Alright. Oh god. Alright, derp-de-doo. Look, fuck it is the word of the day. He builds a barracks. He's getting a refinery. Now, YoDa is a player who is made of balls and in character looks like balls. Wrinkled skin I have. Salty I taste. So we have YoDa going for command center first. It's merry-go-round. The show is starting to plummet a little bit. This is MMA going for Reaper first. Oh, we're doing a recap of this thing. So we saw at the start of the game, he went for Reaper, ooh, early expand, we crashed my man. YoDa, of course, going to early expand into the gas, ooh. I see a lot of people do this when they're in a finals. They prepare some sort of ridiculously greedy build, and they cross those fingers. And they say, please, save me. Reaper dies, Reaper tries, Reaper leads to a quick demise. But that's okay. Say hip hip hooray. We killed 3 SCVs today. And the command center is just a touch faster. It is amazing what but a single Reaper will do in this matchup. So what is your edge as MMA? You should note that your edge is probably tech, probably econ as well. So you can both be aggressive or defensive. Being aggressive would have to deal with your tech. Being defensive would have to do with protecting your economy. I would almost certainly try to apply a little bit of fast pressure. I'd probably go straight into Viking or Raven. Going in for Banshee is something... actually going into Banshee is okay as long as it's immediately followed by a... just anything that lets you stay alive against a Banshee. In this position, I think that this might be a little bit overly ambitious from MMA, but hey, he's MMA. He's going to apply strong pressure. This is an interesting move because the only things that really deal well with it are tanks, which are slow, not Banshees, and I guess Marines. So this puts huge pressure on YoDa. This is a further way to leverage that economic lead. Nice moves from MMA running straight into the bunker. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I would prefer either Viking or Raven first, going straight into Banshee. I don't really see what edge we get out of a Banshee. What are we going to do, get even more in an economic lead? I think that that's an important thing to note. You never want to try to get more ahead in an area that... or you never want to spend money to try to put him behind in an area that you are already well ahead in. That does not make sense. It does not. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Do you see why it doesn't make sense? You're already ahead economically. You don't need to do an economic move. I said that wrong. You're ahead economically. You don't need to try to spend money to put him behind economically. You're ahead economically. You nincompoop. What have I said? The money scan. The see everything you can scan. The come on, man. Come on, man. Look at MMA. He's like, oh, you're dropping. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, yeah. Now, this is not MMA spending money to deal damage economically. This is MMA being handed a gift, and you should always accept a gift. If your opponent gifts you with a chance to kill the shit out of him, you take it. But in the meantime, look at this. That is so Raven of MMA. And he's going into some calm, passive mech play. He's killing things calmly and passively and mechly-wise. Oh, yes, offensive minds. I would probably get Blue Flame. Just flood all the basics. Get all the basics. Mega Viking, Mega Hellion. And I think that this is one of my favorite games of recent times for educational purposes, because if you haven't seen Hellion Viking work, it is both a good tool to push back, to defend Banshees, to stay alive, and to punish the crap out of someone who got a little bit too far behind. As all good things do. A little bit of mine. It's dead. Are you ready? Oh. Oh. Just wait. Just wait. Yep. Alien Viking, inefficient as can be. I'm 2-0 cause you said GG. I think a very basic law of all strategy games is that if you are behind economically, your opponent can build the wrong thing and you'll still get slain. Let me make us the protagonists of the story. If you are ahead economically, anything will likely win. You just gotta get ahead in economy. So, Hellion Viking, great way to punish and to slay someone who's behind. It's fast, it's mobile, and you get punched right in those kidneys. Seriously, super mobster style. Now we see YoDa, again, making his gas first. We're going to, again, talk about where does the edge lie, because we are almost done with the amount of time that I have for part 2. Super fast factory. And a command center, so let's not overcomplicate it. What edge does MMA have? Economic edge. What edge does YoDa have? He has a tech edge. He has more things. And he can do things with those things. You better build a tech lab. There it is. I could maybe go into more detail one day, but I have to burp, so let me do that. Excuse me. And also, because I want to keep it simple, YoDa has not yet found out where his opponent is. This is a neat variant. It doesn't matter how he got here, you can figure it out your damn self. Where YoDa gets all this basic infrastructure with the fastest dang Raven of all time. Looks kind of innocuous. Could be a Banshee to deal a little bit of damage. We see over in Camp MMA, he's gone for something a little unusual. And I really love a player who does this. If you are ahead in economy, what are you going to do? You're going to defend, because you're ahead in economy. The way to leverage a good economy is to wait. The longer you wait, the more ahead you are in economy. And since we're waiting and defending anyways, let's go ahead and get infantry level 1. Boom! Now he's gonna wiggle, wiggle, wiggle those Marines, according to pop culture. Much to the pleasing of our top 40 artists. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I heard that song earlier today when I watched a turtle under a stream of water wiggle his shell. Just look up turtle, water, wiggle on YouTube, and you're going to have a good time. This episode's full of gloriousness. So YoDa is allegedly defended. But you'll notice YoDa didn't do anything with his tech advantage to deal damage. He didn't do anything Banshee-wise. He did a little bit factory-wise. He got 3 Hellions and maybe try to deal damage with that. But there was really not much done here with these 3. If I had to point to one reason why YoDa is behind, it's not micro or planning or this or that. Think on the big high-level stuff. You are behind economically. You are ahead tech-wise. Use your tech to hurt him. This could have been used for a medevac to hurt him. Could have been used for a Banshee to hurt him. Maybe there's even a weird Raven attack where you throw down a Raven followed up by a medevac and that winds up being so Raven. But YoDa did not do that. So as much as I love the complexity of StarCraft 2 and all the weird timings and build orders and everything, there's some basic immutable concepts that just are always freaking true. If you are ahead in tech, deal damage using tech to bash them down. If you are ahead in army size, but not tech, you're both barracks level, but you have more barracks units, deal damage with your damn barracks units to get ahead. What YoDa's essentially saying is, oh man, I messed up. I'm sorry, dude. Totes, my bad. I'm embarrassed. What I'm going to do is just accept that I'm behind in early game because I didn't do anything, and I'm just going to hope these drops are enough. Because I think MMA's a chump. I'm not scared of him. I advise you against doing this. I think that this will help put your win rate at or below 50%. To just go, oh man, oh, I didn't get ahead early game because I made poor choices. I'm not going to learn from them. I'm just going to hope that I can get an edge later game. Some days I'll advise you to do that, not today. MMA slays this with ease. My face is very bright today. I know how to make it even brighter. Watch this. Watch this. Hurts my eyes. Oof. Thank God, dark colors. Okay. We saw that this was 3 wins in a row from MMA. But game 1. Fantastissimo. Brilliant, lovely, elegant. In game number 2, we saw MMA again. Do a little bit of pressure. Apply pressure using his tech. And then went for something a little standard, but due to just being ahead, he cleanly slayed. He contained in a way that did not disrupt anything back home, and then slipped in to take advantage of a gift. And in this game, I think it's just in one of the most ultra-simple games ever. YoDa was ahead in tech, used none of his tech to push back his opponent, and he paid for it with his life. We're going to go ahead and blast through the last 3 games as fast as possible. to make sure we can do a full coverage of this series, and then we will close out the show. On a break until then.